Ride is the one and only GM, and today I'm gonna make this video with some ideas and things Namco could do to fix Lee for the next coming patches for season 2. Lee Chalan is extremely underwhelming in this season, and a lot of the issues is a lot of system changes, to be honest with you. Since they increased the health bar in this game, it just makes poking like extremely bad. The poke damage is extremely low. As you can see, saw that? Saw how much damage that did? See, look at the poke damage on everything. Watch back 3-3. Back 3-3 nerf, look at that, 18 damage, and then somebody ducks it, you eat a full combo, right? And it's even worse now because the health bar is bigger. And now back 4 got reduced too. Back 4 is only 17 damage on hit. So poking is extremely difficult to do now. And one of the main reasons with Lee, obviously, is that almost everything he does is launch punishable. I'll give you an example of a lot of things, right? Let's say I decide to do down 4 on a hit into back 3-3, right? If I get hit by it, see? That's how much I lose, right? But if I duck it, look how much damage I lost. Mad damage because that, so it's uneven, right? If I decide, you know, to poke, thinking somebody's gonna, you know, duck, you see, it's not, the risk reward ratio was not there. So Lee has to poke you a lot while taking big risks. Let's say I want to do a safer low, right? See, no tracking, and it's like the damage is only 12 damage. You see that? So you have to poke a lot while risking, you know, a lot. And then of course the slide, you already know it does extra damage, right? It does 26 damage, right? But if you duck it, you eat a full combo. So look at the big risk, right? And of course you could sidestep it. At least sidestep is bad, but any character in the game can sidestep it. See, you can sidewalk it. So that's what I'm saying too, you know. So like poking is just mad risky, and you gotta poke a lot while taking big risk. And then of course the mid option, you know, you don't get a lot of damage from that. Let's do a proper combo though. Let's do a proper combo. See, it's hard, you see? So you just get, you don't get a lot of damage. See, it's really low the damage, 60 damage, man. The risk reward is not really in your favor. Obviously, for Lee to do big damage in this game, he has to waste all his heat to big damage. So he'll get this, right? This is like the best thing he has. It's a lot of damage. The damage is pretty, it's all right. You see how much recovery helps. So even and then, like, they could get up and just start going ham. But that's the most health you could do, and you still a lot of recovery health, right? So basically, this is what I would do to fix Lee. There's a lot of things that need to change, right? First of all, his 1+2 or just Hitman in general, he needs a tracking mid in Hitman, something to stop somebody from sidewalking. Because the plus frames on this is only +3, and it really doesn't matter when somebody could just step all the options to the side. So if Hitman 1+2 tracked again, it'll make it so the mind games will be better. So then you could do Silvertail, or Silvertail. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need to take no mix with him, because you could just sidewalk after everything, right? Because the Hitman 1+2 don't track. Like, he has nothing to stop somebody from stepping this way. You could just counterplay it all day. Hitman 1+2 used to track a bit after a good amount of plus, but now even if you do a good amount of plus, it's kind of like whatever, right? So he needs that. He needs buff tracking on that move, or something to stop people from stepping, right? Like after +6 is fine, right? You see, I stepped it even then. So I guess it's range dependent. Yeah, you can still step. Yeah, if you sidewalk, you see nothing that tracks. That stops all options. You know, it's kind of rough. He doesn't have anything to stop that. I don't know why they increased the health, honestly. If they was gonna increase the health, they should have decreased combo damage a lot to make it more balanced. And poke damage needs to be increased. Poke damage needs to be increased. Because there's no reason to play a poke character when, you know, when you poke, it doesn't do anything. And then when you land a counter hit, it doesn't hurt a lot neither. Let's go for a counter hit combo with Lee, right? See, that's kind of like whatever. You want big damage, you have to spend all your heat. Like, it's not enough to stop somebody. His counter hit damage is not enough to stop somebody from being a nut. It's not. It's kind of underwhelming. If I want damage, I have to spend all my heat. I have to spend all of it. So that's one thing. They gotta buff up pokes. They either could do two things. This is what I would do. I would make the health the way it used to be and decrease combo damage and just buff up pokes to force people to poke. Because Lee's a poke character, so having increased health doesn't help him at all. It doesn't help him at all. Plus, he doesn't have no 50-50s. He kind of has to just keep poking you and hope that, you know, he could land a counter hit, but the combo hit damage isn't too high, you know? The counter hit damage is not there. It's just not there. It's not there, man. The counter hit damage is not there. And another thing too, because of the health increase, he needs walls. Without walls, he's unplayable. The only way you're doing damage is literally if you just spend all your heat every single time you do a combo. Other than that, you're not doing no damage. And another thing too, the range on 1+2 is like mad iffy now. It whiffs a lot. I don't know if it's because of the range of the game, but 1+2 is like, it whiffs a lot. So that's one of the main issues with Lee, is that he has to keep poking you and taking big risks. Like, there's no reason not to duck on Lee, right? Because if I hit you with Silvertail, it's only 17 damage, right? But if you duck it, you get a 14 frame punish, right? And then, you know, the only thing I can mix it up with is while staying 4, while staying 1, or while staying 2-3, which is mad risky to do because it's minus 14, and I'm not gonna get big damage off of it. Another thing too, this should go into heat again, and he should still get a full combo off of that. That was a dumb nerf, and he needs down 2 to crush highs again, because then after down for 1 mind games, he doesn't have a safe mid to check you. He has to go for 4-4-4 or down 3 to go on the highs, and it's kind of easy to deal with both of them. You just step. Or you could just backdash and duck. You see, and it covers both options. And then if Lee tries to do down forward 1, magic 4, I mean, you could do the same thing. So it's like Lee has too much counterplay in a game that barely anybody has counterplay against themselves, because everything tracks and everything plus. But Lee is one of the few characters in the game that you could still play Tekken and beat him. So they either gotta balance this game out more or make him a little bit more dumb to, you know, balance this game out. This buff is okay. The issue with that is the range is kind of bad and people duck it a lot. It's still really hard to place. If they wanted this move to be better, they should have just made it mid. They make it mid, and then it's go time. At least you have a quick mid to get somebody scared to duck, right? So they could do that, and then blazing kick, right? That'll get somebody scared to duck, but he don't got nothing scary to stop you from ducking. So people just gonna sidewalk left to avoid all your pokes and all your mix-ups and just raw guess all day. Because if they guess wrong, what are they gonna get? 1+2. They're gonna get 3-3. It's +1, so that, you know, people are gonna swing like crazy. You could do 4-2-1. That's 34. If this went into heat, that would be dope. Because at least if you hit somebody with that, and then you in heat, you get a full 50-50, right? Another thing too, the moves that go into heat with Lee is really hard to hit. Like 4-4-3, they reduce the pushback a lot, which is kind of weird when that move has always had pushback forever, right? So I would just bring back the pushback on it, because that move being like that, you could just get a quick 50-50 on him. And he just has to take it. So there's no spacing traps. Before you used to be able to do 4-4-3 and then Magic 4, right? Another thing too, I know people complain about Lee's Magic 4, but obviously it's not as good as it used to be, right? Before he could just do standing 4 and get a full combo, but now he has to commit to the whole string. And committing to the whole string is obviously mad risky. You can sidewalk the last hit. You could jab him out of it. So you see, this account of everything with Lee is a big risk. He has to take a risk every single time. Like, it'll be different if like I hit you with Magic 4, right? And instead of getting an instant bound, he will get a full combo like this. It'll make it way more better, and the risk reward will be more in Lee's favor rather than it just being an instant tornado. So that's the main issue with Lee in season 2, is that he has to risk so much for going to counter hits, and then when he hits you with the counter hit, he's not doing any damage. Like, the damage is just not there for the counter hits. It's not. It's really not. Another thing too, this move is pretty useless. The reason why, look at the damage on it. That's not gonna get somebody to stop ducking at all. It's not. It's really not. Somebody will just eat it, and they'll just keep eating it. And then on block, you go on a Hitman, there's really no 50-50s in Hitman. Obviously, it's better to do the move if you just do it without going to Hitman. It's +6, so if you do down for 1, standing 3, down for 4 is uninterruptible. Down 3 is gonna trade with a crouch jab. So without Hitman, it's probably better, but you have to be careful because this move only tracks one way. Honestly, this move right here, he should be able to do a full combo off of that and spend all his heat. That's how I'll balance it. See, you can just stop walking, and it's slow, so you could just interrupt them. There's really no reason not to duck. There's not a lot of damage. You know, on the wall it's kind of fishy too. Like, it doesn't wall splat all the time. It has a similar wall splat problem to this. That it doesn't like wall splat. Like, the angle is kind of weird. Another thing too, like Lee's 2-2-3, you see how it falls you back and it's 37 damage. In Tekken 6 it was better because he got Oki. That's the one thing about Lee too. Like, his counter hit damage was always good. It was because of his Oki. But now, on counter hits, like, everything just like pushes back, right? So he gets no mix up after Oki. After counter hits, I mean. It's kind of like you do this, and then you could get this, right? And if he gets up, and if he gets up, you get 4-4-3. That's about it. That's his only Oki thing. Other than that, he don't got no Oki. But at least if he got Oki afterwards, after his counter hit stuff, like before in Tekken 6, you used to be able to do stuff like this. And then you do down 2 if they get up straight, and you get a full combo. So if he has stuff like that, it'll make his counter hit mind games way better. But now it's like really limited, and it really isn't on any Oki anymore. That he's kind of just like hit, knock you down with counter hit, and then kind of make you block stuff again to try to get a counter hit, you know? So it's kind of rough. And then, of course, Mistrap doesn't get no Oki no more. He should get his Oki damage on it. But in general, I just think they should buff up all his poke damage and reduce combo damage overall, and then he'll be better. And of course, you know, by them making the health bar the way it is again, like before, reverting it, his counter hit damage will hurt again. But if they want to keep the health the same, they just got to buff up his combo damage a bit, because it'll balance him out a little bit. So, you know, I know people complain that they buff up the combo damage, but he really doesn't hurt at all. So, you know, I would rather just buff up all the pokes just so he could like actually poke and do damage. You know, this move is good though. That is good because you get a lot of damage. That's his best move in Heat. I know some people wanted to create a combo, like kind of like the Tekken 6 one, Tekken 7 one. That would be good, but obviously it'll be better if he has to spend his whole Heat to do it. So this is really good. That's really good. But the other Heat move, down 1+2, is butt. Let's go to a wall stage so I can show you some stuff. So we could look at the combo damage on stuff.
Get ready for the
But yeah, he's really underwhelming, man. He can't casino you, obviously. I wish we had the knockdown slide again. I wish slide did like that on regular hit, but I don't think they're ever gonna give us a good slide. This move shouldn't instant bound. It should be like you could do the heat combo and then, you know, that would be dope. But I guess they don't want us to have a real 50-50, right? So yeah, let's just do a regular combo. See, he's pretty underwhelming. See how low that count? That's low, man. That's kind of stiff. Now let's do down 1+2. See? So in some instances that you do this, it won't wall splat. See? From the sides. So you gotta be careful doing this. This move is way better. That's always gonna wall splat. See? Didn't wall splat. I'm gonna do down for 1+2. See? Down for 3+4, way better, way better. Always wall splats. See? Way better. Way better. So this move is kinda stiff. That's not gonna stop somebody ducking. It's not. You just wasting your heat, and plus you could sidewalk it, right? At least this move, they can't step it, and you get big damage. Obviously the follow-up is hard to do. You gotta be fast to do it. And it's really hard, but at least the damage is pretty good. Let's see how much a counter hit combo does, right? So off a counter hit with walls, C is mediocre. So that's why I say too, he needs walls. He needs walls. He needs walls real bad. So that's the thing too. He don't got nothing scary to stop you from like just raw guessing or nothing. Like if you just poking somebody and not hitting them on counter hit, they really not gonna care. They not gonna care at all. They not. If this was like the season 1 where he got the heat smash afterwards, that made people stop guessing. But now since they got a big life bar and pokes don't matter, people just raw guess sidewalk, and people are not scared to match on Lee no more because of the big health bar. So yeah, he's a struggle character. He's a super struggle character. He just has to take big risks and outplay you while not doing any damage while outplaying. And this not crushing is mad rough because then you could just sidestep left all day and cook them. Especially Hitman too. Like you could just crouch jab all day because this doesn't, you know, it doesn't give a full heat combo going to heat. If that went into heat, that would be way better. But people don't need to respect Lee anymore. He was dangerous when the counter hits hurt, and especially even more scarier when the counters had Oki now afterwards. Now people don't need to respect now. They can eat a bunch of pokes and be like, okay, I feel like guessing now, and then they'll just duck and block Silvertail and get a full combo because all they're gonna eat is a while staying forward, while saying this or this. That's not enough to get somebody to stop being dumb. It's not. Like he has nothing to get you afraid. Nothing. So yeah, man, they need to work on him a lot, man. They need to, like, the best meta for Lee obviously is increase poke damage and make counter hits scary again, man. Make somebody terrified to swing, man. That's what made Lee really good in older Tekken games, was that if he hit you on counter hit, it did mad damage. Obviously, you know, his weakness is always that he can't, like, he has a hard time opening somebody up. And this game is even more irrelevant that he has a hard time opening somebody up because of how risky he is and how he doesn't have a knockdown slide. So it's even worse in this game now that he can't open you up. Like somebody could just raw guess and kill you, or decide at one time and kill you. So the way this game is, obviously Lee being more casino and having a knockdown slide and a scary 50-50 that did a lot of damage will obviously make him a lot better. But you know, at the same time, that wouldn't really be Lee like that, right? So if they want to keep Lee, they just got to increase the counter hit damage on stuff. Obviously, he has this. This is really good. But see how much hits you did? Look, you spent all your heat. whatever, right? He spent all that heat just to do this. Just to do that. Look at that. Nothing. Such a big risk to do that. Such a big risk. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much Lee in this season, man. You're gonna have to work your ass off and just hope things work. So I don't think he's gonna get any better because they got guys like High School DxD and these top players thinking he's OD when he's actually mad underwhelming. And just everything whiffs also too. Like back fours be randomly whiffing, 1+2s be randomly whiffing, down for ones be whiffing for no reason. It's a lot of nonsense with Lee that just be happening that makes it very unbearable, man. Just to play somebody and like the only thing he has in Heat is this, which is hard to hit, and this. But obviously, you know, going into Heat is a lot harder. Like the only thing you really like 4-4-3 is harder to hit because his man's stubby now, right? It's really stubby now. The range feels weird. And then you can hit somebody with this, obviously, but it's just hard to go into Heat with him too. And you know, the health increase, that nobody's scared of that no more, man. Nobody's scared, man. So let me know what y'all think. I know I've been talking for a lot, man, but it's mad frustrating playing with Lee because nobody's scared of nothing. Nothing hurts. So people just go ham, guess, and when they in Heat, they just go crazy on you because you don't got nothing. You don't got no casino in Heat. If this knocked down in Heat, that would be dope, or some kind of or this or something like that. You feel me? But people don't care. People don't care. So yeah, let me know what you think. Be sure to follow, subscribe, and comment. And I'll try to make more Lee Chalan videos because I care more about Lee than anybody else that play Lee. I think so. And I'm gonna keep trying to play Lee. And we gotta figure things out, man. You know, I was still able to get God rank with him, but you know, the game is kind of dead now. But yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, take care, and stay solid. You heard? Latest.